Nothing should ever be so extreme where it's like all or nothing when it comes to policy. Although I guess as I say that, it kind of negates itself, right? But this week I learned that when it comes to the evolving return to work rules, some big companies just still don't get it. It's been 4.5 years since how and often where we work has changed. And in many ways, it's changed forever. But I don't think everyone got the memo. So let's talk about PricewaterhouseCoopers, or PwC for short. Their latest, brightest idea is tracking where their employees work to enforce a return to work mandate. Because clearly in 2024, surveillance is the best way to build trust and foster creativity and employee loyalty, right? So PwC just announced that starting this coming January, they're going to be tracking where their 26,000 UK-based employees are working. That's right, they're going to measure how many days their employees are sitting in the office versus working remote. And the goal is to formalize their hybrid work approach. But what does that even really mean? What it means is tracking and reporting back to you every month to make sure that you're compliant. The message here, I think, is clear. We don't really trust you, so we're going to track your every move. But I'll tell you something I've learned in my 25 years of professional experience, which is that tracking employees like this does more harm than good. People are smart. They'll figure out how to game the system. You're not fostering better teamwork or creativity by making everyone sit at a desk for 3 arbitrary days a week, and a lot of times people are not even in the office with people they need to actually be working with anyway on their team. You're just forcing compliance. It's like saying, hey, you're an adult, but we're going to treat you like a child because a memo said so. Besides just being an accounting firm and probably just needing new things to count, the reason that PwC gave for this decision to track employee locations, relationships are easier when they're in person. That's what the memo said. So, look, yeah, there's value in face-to-face interactions, but that doesn't mean every company's solution should be to get back into the office 3 or 4 days a week, or else. It's lazy management to think that the only way to foster creativity and culture is to have butts in seats. It's also just incredibly short-sighted for PwC to overlook the productivity gains and increased employee satisfaction that flexible work has brought. Now, I get it. Timesheets and client billability are also important. You need to know when your team is working on billable tasks, but tracking people to enforce attendance is just a slippery slope to a culture of distrust and micromanagement. So here's a wild idea for PwC and everyone else thinking about a model like this. Instead of tracking employees like they're in some sort of Orwellian dystopia, why not trust them to manage their own time? If your staff is performing and hitting goals and keeping clients happy, who cares if they're doing it from home or a coffee shop or the office? The whole approach feels like it's based more on a lack of trust than on actual business needs. So I hope PwC rethinks this, because it's not just about where employees sit for 3 days a week. It's about whether you treat your team like pros, like professionals who can just get a job done without having Big Brother watch over their shoulders.